Once a man with a dream in his eyes, fighting for freedom, standing tall and wise. A rebel's heart, a father's grace, but darkness came to steal his place. Metal hands, a lifeless stare, sacrifice his soul, they said it's fair. But inside this steel, a heart still beats, trapped in silence, longing for release. Pacifist's lament, in the night he cries, bound by chains of justice and twisted lies. A warrior soul, forced to obey, memories fading with each passing day. From the battlefield he walks alone. No more laughter, no more home. His shadow cast in a lifeless glow, programmed to serve, but does he know? They took his name, they took his pain, but fragments of love still remain. A father's touch, a final plea, to protect his child's destiny. Pacifist's lament, in the night he cries, bound by chains of justice and twisted lies. A warrior soul, forced to obey, memories fading with each passing day. Does he dream in circuits deep? Does he hear the oceans weep? Silent tears that none can see, the cost of peace, the price of peace. Pacifist's lament, in the night he cries, bound by chains of justice and twisted lies. A warrior soul, forced to obey, the memories fading with each passing day. Steel may bind his heart and mind, but deep inside a spark you'll find, a father's love that never dies. Pacifist's lament, he cried. Once a king who wore no crown, chains of justice weighed me down. They called me tyrant, cold and cruel, but I was just a broken tool. Beneath the steel and iron hand, I wish to save my promised land. My daughter's smile, my rebel flame, I sold my soul to end her pain.
Forgive
Tyrants regret my tears unseen, but made of broken dreams. I bled for peace I couldn't find, a heart that's caged and redefined. Tyrants regret a price I paid, a fall is law that kept its way. Forgive the sins that I became. Oh, and then wash up every night. Lifted away till it sees end of day. Born in the shadows, under the sunless sky, a kingdom that crumbled, where the innocent cry. From noble blood to rebel heart, I chose to fight. A fist against injustice, a voice in the night. I walked the path where angels feared to tread. Dreams of freedom carried on the wind. Every scar, every tear, every friend I left behind still echoes in the darkness, a fire I can't rescind. Memories of a revolutionary, tattooed on my soul, written in pain. A pacifist by design, but my heart still beats for the ones who bear the chains. Memories of a revolutionary, haunted by the ghosts of my reign. A father, a shadow on the sea. I gave my body, but they'll never take my name. I traded laughter for silence, dreams for iron and steel. A puppet in the Navy's hand, but my heart remained real. Still I stand at the gates of tomorrow's sunrise, hoping one day my daughter will see my sacrifice. They call me tyrant, but they don't know my tears. Meet the mask and soul fights to appear. Every beat of this metal heart is a promise I'll never betray. Memories of a revolutionary, tattooed on my soul, written in pain. A pacifist by design, but my heart still beats for the ones who bear the chains. Memories of a revolutionary, haunted by the ghosts of my reign. A father, a shadow on the sea. I gave my body, but they'll never take my name. In every wave that crashes, in every whisper of the wind, I'll be there to watch her grow. I'll be there in every dawn. Memories of a revolutionary, tattooed on my soul, written in pain. For every friend who called me comrade, for every tear that's left in vain. Memories of a revolutionary, haunted by the ghosts of my reign. But I stand with the wind at my back, a man, a legend, never tame. Born in the shadows of revolution's flame, a child of pain, a rebel with no name. Iron fist clenched as he stood to fight, dreamed of freedom beneath the moonlight. But the world turned cold, and the stories were sold. Every chain on his soul became harder to hold. Steel and sorrow forged by fate's design, a heart of flesh behind the metal line. Silent tears buried in the night, steel and sorrow fading in the light. King's puppet dancing on their strings, pacifist to shells, no mercy brings. A man's will shackled by science and war, yet deep inside he fights for more. Eyes like the ocean, a tide of devotion. He walks through the fire of a world without motion. Steel and sorrow forged by fate's design, a heart of flesh behind the metal line. Silent tears buried in the night, steel and sorrow fading in the light. A father's whisper lost on the wind, a comrade's memory, a journey to mend. In silent sacrifice, his spirit remains, a hero's heart through all the chains. Steel and sorrow forged by fate's design, a heart of flesh behind the metal line. Silent tears buried in the night, steel and sorrow fading in the light. In every step, in every breath he takes, steel and sorrow, a man who never breaks, fading in the light. Steel and sorrow, gone but not erased. Wanderer of the broken seas, heavy is the heart that never sleeps. A tyrant by name but not by soul, your silent burden takes its toll. In the shadows of the revolution, you traded chains for their salvation. The iron hand that shields the weak, hiding tears you'll never speak. Bury the world's great silent God in the rays that cannot fly, waiting in the sky. All you can behind the steel. Pacifist with a human feel, a promise forged in secret light, to stand until the final fight. In the name of freedom's call, you chose to rise, to never fall. Even when they took your mind, your heart they could not buy. Once a man with dreams of freedom wore the scars of countless fights. A father's love in secret hidden in the silence of the night. He bore the mark of a tyrant's name, but deep inside he hid the flame. For every step he chose to take, his heart would break but never shake. Oh, the burden of a king's decree, steel and cold replaced his plea. Yet through the haze he found a way to send his heart in one last wave. This is a father's goodbye, a shadow in the sunrise, a silent tear in the battle's cry, to shield his child from the sky. This is a father's goodbye, a sacrifice to hold back time, to watch from afar with blinded eyes, for love that no world could deny. He faced the tide of iron hands, where justice ruled with cold demands. A pacifist forged in pain, but memories of laughter still remain. In the echoes of a rebel's call, he stood so tall, he risked it all. For freedom's dream he sold his soul, yet hoped his daughter's heart stayed whole. Oh, the burden of a king's decree, steel and cold replaced his plea. Yet through the haze he found a way to send his heart in one last wave. This is a father's goodbye, a shadow in the sunrise, a silent tear in the battle's cry, to shield his child from the sky. This is a father's goodbye, heart that magnifies the hope that lies, for love that no world could deny. Someday she'll know the pain he bore, the cross he carried to settle the score. One final glance, a secret smile, a whisper of hope across the mile. This is a father's goodbye, a shadow in the sunrise, a silent tear in the battle's cry, to shield his child from the sky. Father's goodbye. Waits to hold that time, pure and hard in shame, goodbye. Born up in her heart, he's always home. the sun, a tyrant's crown I wear. A weapon forged from pain, a burden I must bear. Once a man with a dream, now a slave to the law. I traded freedom for chains, my will slowly withdrawn. Every step I take, echoes of the past. Revolution's fire, dying in the ash. A father's promise, a friend's fading trust. In this endless war, who can I trust? Chains of justice, binding my soul. Silent tears that no one knows. A pacifist heart in a warrior shell. I fight for freedom inside this hell. Chains of justice, but my heart still beats for the promise I made in the night's retreat. Even if the world sees a weapon of war, I'll carry my hope forevermore. Memories slip away like tears in the rain. Every mission I take leaves another stain. A guardian to a kingdom, a father to a child, but the world calls me monster, heartless and reviled. Every scream I hear, a silent vow I keep. A world government's puppet, but my soul's not theirs to keep. For every life I've spared, for every friend I've lost, I'll walk this path alone, no matter the cost. Chains of justice, binding my soul. Silent tears that no one knows. A pacifist heart in a warrior shell. I fight for freedom inside this hell. Chains of justice, but my heart still beats for the promise I've made in the night's retreat. Even if the world sees a weapon of war, I'll carry my hope forevermore. Revolution's light, though my eyes are blind, the will to fight lives on inside. Even when my mind is taken away, I'll guard the ones I love until my dying day. Chains of justice, binding my soul. Silent tears that no one knows. A pacifist heart in a warrior shell. I'll fight for freedom inside this hell. Chains of justice, but my heart still beats for the promise I made in the night's retreat. Even if the world sees a weapon of war, I'll carry my hope forevermore. Chains of justice, forever bound. But a father's love can't be drowned. In the heart of the tyrant, a man still stands. With silent hope, he defies their plans. Every sacrifice he gave it all. Riding on the waves of rebellion, sailing through the storms of pain. Trading flesh for iron, trading soul for chains. On the waves of rebellion, he found his face. A silent warrior, no voice, no hate. Father's love lost in the crossfire's flame. A promise kept in a world contained. Steel skin, empty eyes, no tears to pour. Still blood and the tears he stood tall. With every sacrifice he gave it all. Riding on the waves of rebellion, sailing through the storms of pain. Trading flesh for iron, trading soul for chains. On the waves of rebellion, he found his fate. A silent warrior, no voice, no hate. Silent guardian of the straw hats vow, beneath that cold facade, he still remembers how to fight for freedom, for dreams in the dark, to be the shield that bears the mark. Riding on the waves of rebellion, sailing through the storms of pain. Trading flesh for iron, trading soul for chains. On the waves of rebellion, he found his fate. A silent warrior, no voice, no hate. Now he drifts on the sea of silent cries. A ghost in the rushing human eyes. His heart sails on no matter the cost. No matter the cost. A wave of rebellion on can't be lost. I walked alone on broken lands, with a Bible in my hands. A tyrant's crown upon my head, but my heart was made of sand. They call me a monster, a weapon of war, but I wore my chains for the sake of the poor. A silent protector in a world full of guns. Now I'm lost beneath the sun. Lost beneath the sun, where the revolution's begun. I carry burdens I could never outrun. My tears are hidden in the rain, memories washed away in pain. Lost beneath the sun. Once a man with a rebel's dream, now a machine without a scream. They took my mind, they took my soul, yet love's a secret I still hold. They call me a monster, a weapon of war, but I wore my chains for the sake of the poor. A silent protector in a world full of guns. Now I'm lost beneath the sun. Lost beneath the sun. Lost beneath the sun, where the revolution's begun. I carry burdens I could never outrun. My tears are hidden in the rain, memories washed away in pain. Lost beneath the sun. Someday when the sea is calm and the sky bleeds red with dawn, maybe then they'll know my name, not for the sins but for the flame of a heart that never died, even when they stole my mind. Lost beneath the sun, where the revolution's begun. I carried burdens I could never outrun. My tears are hidden in the rain, memories washed away in pain. Lost beneath the sun, I was the tyrant with a gentle the sun, but maybe someday I'll find home again. I walk the path of revolution with the fire in my veins, fought for the ones forgotten in the darkness and the rain. But the world's hands were cold and iron, and they forged me in their mold, turned my heart into a weapon, sold my soul for the world to hold. I'm a king without a crown, a shadow in the night. My kingdom's lost to memories, and I'm faded from the fight. Oh, they took the man I used to be and turned me to a ghost. But deep inside this silent shell, I fight to hold you close. You close. I traded freedom for the promise of a world with no more pain. Now I'm standing like a statue, bearing burdens in the rain. But even steel can feel the sorrow of a heart that's been betrayed. And in the hush of endless battles, I can hear your name replay. I'm a king without a crown, a shadow in the night. My kingdom's lost to memories, and I'm fading from the fight. Oh, they took the man I used to be and turned me to a ghost. But deep inside this silent shell, I fight to hold you close. In the hush of midnight stars, where the pacifist is wrong, I am more than just a weapon, more than metal, flesh, or stone. In the echoes of the sea, in the winds that call your name, I will fight for what I've lost, till there's nothing left but pain. I'm a king without a crown, a shadow in the night. My kingdom's lost to memories, and I'm fading from the fight. Oh, they took the man I used to be and turned me to a ghost. But deep inside this silent shell, I fight to hold you close. So when the night falls on the sea and the world forgets my face, know that deep inside this tyrant's heart, the memory finds its place. I'm a king without a crown, but a father to the end, and I'll guard the dreams I left behind until we meet again.